This is Jimi Hendrix, and this is episode 138. Begin with the end in mind with Stephen Covey on Empower Your Pattern. Did you know there are success principles to help you receive more, help you enjoy a better and extraordinary life? Well, I'm Jimi Hendrix, success, confidence, and thrive coach, self-published author, member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and you're about to receive the success principles. Okay, guys, I want you to pay close attention here. We are in the Pattern Library, in the annals where entrepreneurship and personal development meet. Okay. Now, you're probably going to, Jimmy. Okay, I'm probably going to give you a guess. Okay, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm kind of jazzed up, keyed up. I've been up all night because I've had a lot of things on my mind, and so, what can I say, guys? It's time to lay it on thick. So, we're gonna hear some insights from Dr. Stephen Covey. Some insights he had from his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And then when I come back, I'll talk to you about some concepts I learned also from a network marketing, what you might call a business partner of mine and Kris's, named Gordon Moore. So get ready, have fun. No, we're gonna call him Jeff Moore, Geoff. Get ready, let's go.
Where do we get our sense of who we are? Where do we get our sense of what our life is about? Is it not from social mirrors, parents, siblings, teachers, leaders, the media, heroes, models? Isn't that possibly the case of a mistaken identity? Think about it. Ask yourself, where do I get my knowledge of myself? And what my vision in life is? What is it that I am really about? What is truly important to me? In Habit 2, begin with the end in mind, is a clear and powerful declaration that you are the guardian, the protector of your identity, of your future. In essence, Habit 1 is the awareness that you are the programmer. It's the budding awareness that the best way to predict your future is to create it. Habit 2 decides what your life is about, and everything would flow from that. Every decision, large and small, would be a function of that. Not only what your identity is, but what your purpose is. What is your vision of what your life is about? You are the programmer, then write the program. Now, another interesting thing about life is that it is always created twice. Always. Whether you take conscious control of the creation or not, you'll get your definition of yourself and of your purpose, your meaning, from the social mirror. So it was already done. Or perhaps you'll get it from the social agenda of people that are pressing upon you now. Or perhaps you'll get it from the mentoring of your childhood, or the mentoring of your first leaders in business, your first managers, or your teachers in school. The first creation is an intellectual creation. The first creation is of the mind and of the spirit. The second creation is a physical creation. This building that we're in now was created in every detail before the earth was touched. If that was not the case, the price of the building doubled because of expensive change orders. Anyone want to share your experiences with expensive change orders? Why they came about? Okay.
I'm in the restaurant business and we build a lot of restaurants. We built a restaurant a year ago that had severe access problems. We didn't plan in advance. We let external...
Okay. Like I said, May 1997. Okay. It's May 1997. And Jordan Moore had heard from what may be considered, one of the big wise guys in network marketing, named we're going to give him the name of Clark O'Connell. Moore heard from Clark O'Connell and Elias Grace that there was to be this big business competition. Okay? So you've heard about that. Now, pay close attention here. Around that time period, really from the summer of 1996 onward, Jeff Moore played a big part in identity. Basically saying, if you are reactive, basically going by the wrong social mirrors, you want to succeed as an entrepreneur, you want to succeed in business, you messed up. Yeah, you've messed up. So you see, here's the thing. That contest, I have to say, was one of the more intense times in my life where you'd be like, Jimmy, why did you participate in it? Well, I kind of wanted to, and I would have. One problem, though. Reactivity and fear, you have to understand. It was 1997. I was going through a rather intense time. It was a 9-month depression, and so to be completely honest with you, it was like a constant cycle. I was severely depressed at times. There were a few interludes, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, I had a lot of depression going on. I was getting ready to be married, so I didn't really feel like I was in a position to do the contest. Maybe if I'd been smarter or wiser back in the day, I would have been like, well, sure, that's common sense. But you see, here's the issue here. Where are you getting the cues to help foster your identity? Because I remember, and this is something I'm going to mention in my speech today, my sophomore year in college, 1993 and 94, I mean, they had some good ideas, don't get me wrong, but I really felt that I was getting my cues from some pretty reactive friends. Brad, Jim Bob, and Julie. But then again, I was also getting the social keys from my best friend Keith, and he was more proactive. And the good news was that by the end of my sophomore year, the more proactive side of me, that I learned from Keith, won out. Because the fact of the matter was this, okay? And that is, quite frankly, you have to begin from the end in mind. What are you struggling with? Is there something in your business, your professional life, that's causing you to have a deep identity crisis? Is there something going on, say, among the leaders in our country, but with the way things are going on? And of course, I'm not going to wax political in this, okay? I'm not going to wax political, even though I have that fascination. This is not the podcast. This is not the show for that, okay? But let's just say that you've been plugging away at your business for quite a while. And really and truthfully, the problem is, well, quite frankly, is you're being influenced by some reactive people. You see the motor of this country, say, during this pandemic. And unfortunately, you're in panic mode, and you're like, change now. Listen, no. Begin with the end in mind, okay? Don't get reactive. Don't live in fear. Now, I'm not going to go through my usual propaganda. I think you've heard enough from me about that already. So I'm kind of like, let's not go through that. But the beauty of being around Jeff Moore basically had the philosophy of the same thing as Bill Britt, the same thing as Clark O'Connor, was that God don't make no junk. And that you, if you really apply yourself and have a winning attitude, you know, and really and truthfully have a proactive stance. Because it's like he said, if you had a defeatist, reactive attitude, then you'd have messed up. And see, that's what I was going through back in that time. I was in the middle of a depression, trying to get out of a depression. I was no doubt going through a lot of fears. You know, this was my first time in marriage. First time in a lot of things. And, well, to be honest with you, many times I was afraid. And, you know, there's a lot of things that if you're not careful, there's people that are, shall we say, narcissistic and ruthless. They want you to be afraid. They want you to be afraid because they think, well, if we put you in fear, then we get the power. It's cool. But you see, that's the thing. Don't give them the power. It's like my friend. I have a good friend that podcasts alongside me, and he has to say, you know, these people in your life to me that are so reactive, don't give them the power. And in many ways, back in May 1998, 97 really, sorry, but I was, and it's sad, I know that. But the good news is you can overcome that. Now, I hope you've enjoyed listening to this podcast. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of this community. Please share this with Mama Son, Papa Son, and everyone. This is Jimmy, and until next time, pursue happiness. Take care and God bless.